Finance Minister Ken Ofori-Atta has reiterated that there will be no haircut on the principle of bond, insisting that individuals with government bonds will have their full investment on maturity. He said this in a public briefing following government's debt restructuring deal with the International Monetary Fund.
Earlier, the Health Workers Union has sent a strong warning to the government to stay away from their pension fund as part of pending debt restructuring program. General Secretary of Health Service Workers Union Franklin Owusu-Ansah, addressing a press conference on Sunday, December 4, said the union will resist any attempt by the government to touch their pension fund.
The President of Ghana assured all of us that there was not going to be any haircut on pension funds. On Friday, Farmers' Day, which was a holiday for all workers, government called a meeting to tell pension fund managers that he was going to do this on Monday. Why didn't he bring this into the table for all of us to discuss? Why will government wait on a holiday Friday to announce this, and on Monday it is believed that the Minister for Finance will bring this thing out to the public? Announcing it means that we are not going to discuss it. We have nosed around and we have found that this is going to happen tomorrow. And that is why we have called you on a Sunday.
Meanwhile, the Finance Minister Ken Ofori-Atta, addressing the public, announced the pension fund will not be affected with government's planned domestic debt exchange.
In this debt exchange, individuals holding domestic bonds will not lose, are not affected by the value of their investment, will be retained. So let us remove any doubt and discard any speculation that the government is about to cut your retirement savings or the notional value of your investment. This is not the case. As already announced, Treasury bills are completely exempted and all holders will be paid the full value of their investment on maturity.
He said the aim of the domestic debt exchange is to help restore micro.
Joining us via phone is General Secretary of the Health Services Workers Union, Franklin Owusu-Ansah. Good afternoon to you. Mr. Owusu-Ansah, Finance Minister Ken Ofori-Atta made some pronouncements yesterday and today as well. How do you feel about it? Do you still think you'll be affected by the debt restructuring program?
Good afternoon.
Meeting yesterday with us.
Listeners.
Yes.
Cherished listeners. Yes, we have heard the Finance Minister speak yesterday and today. Unfortunately, today I've been in a meeting and so I have not been able to get a full picture. But if I relate it to what happened yesterday, I would say that our fears have been confirmed.
Right.
And for that matter, TUC and organized labor has also picked up the issue. So it's not just about Health Services Workers Union. This issue is going to affect all workers in Ghana, both private and public. And for that matter, TUC and organized labor will pick the discussions forward. And then moving forward, we'll have to table some alternatives and talk to governments on it. So this is to say that HSWU still stands by its point, touch not our pensions. We are not dropping the flags. We want to wait and see what organized labor will come up with, and all of us will join in there.
Right. And can you share some of the concerns raised at your meeting yesterday with us?
So the concerns is that pension funds are funds that are meant for future consumption and also to take care of our longevity risk. And for that matter, any attempt to touch these funds today means that you are touching our future. And we are saying that touch not our pensions. So that we understand if what he said is how it is, then we know that come next year, we're not going to get any coupons on the bonds that we bought. What does that mean? it means it's a wiping of the interest for a whole year. But these are pension funds. We had an agreement that I want to invest these funds at this rate. And if for the whole year we are not going to get any coupons, what it means is that pension funds are not going to have money to even pay retirees in that year. It is something worrying.
Right.
Unless, of course, maybe we don't have understanding to what he is saying.
Yeah.
If that is the case, then I want to believe the ministry should engage organized labor and explain some of these things, because if I am a leader and I don't understand these things, or maybe what I'm saying is wrong, then the ordinary worker is going to be worse. So there's the need for us to be engaged. And these kind of things cannot just be done unilaterally. I think, and I want to believe, the only thing that will help all of us is to dialogue.
Right.
If this is the case, what is the best way out? What are other alternatives? What else can be done? I want to believe these are things that can be done to save Mother Ghana.
Right. But Mr. Usman, so the finance minister is saying that people should avoid speculations on haircut. What do you have to say about that?
This is what I'm saying. If I am speculating, he should come out to clear the air. If he says individuals are not going to be touched, pension funds are individual funds, but it's going to be touched. Unless, of course, what I'm saying is not the truth. Then he should come out and mention specifically to say that pension funds will not be touched. Then we stop that speculation. But until he comes out, and I know that individual is like you and I putting our monies in there, but if it is pension funds, it comes as a group funds invested by a corporate entity, and for that matter, it is part of the debt exchange. And I can say on authority that yes, the pension fund schemes, the pension schemes were invited, and they were told this. The finance minister should come and say that it is not true.
Right. So what do you intend to do now, Mr. Usman?
I told you that the case, because it affects all workers,
Right.
this is an issue that is handled by the leadership of all workers, and we are in there. So we don't want to go ahead of what all the leadership of all workers will say. At the appropriate time when we all meet, we'll come out with the right answers.
Right. Thank you very much for your time. General Secretary of the Health Services Workers Union, Franklin Owusu.